exciting is even though we're a city, things like this get us all excited. Members of the council that came today, Congressman McGovern is here, and as Congressman has all the important information, but let me just thank everybody for being part of this. It's really become exciting to see after the appropriations and the grants that it's a year-long process. It's really fun to watch and see how much passion and interest and research goes into building the truck. Most of us think, order the truck shows up, and that's the end of that. But it's really the history behind it and all the time that everybody spends to make sure that we get a really good product, working with the manufacturer, purchasing department, and all other agencies in the middle. So again, this was really exciting. I hope the public gets the full story that it takes a year to build these, and that a whole lot of time and effort goes into crafting these. And that comes from a lot of experience from our firefighters here in the city, because I think we do this with every piece of equipment now. So, did you want to say a few words, and then we'll turn it over to the Congressman?
Yeah, first of all, I'd like to thank the Congressman and the fire grant. Without it, we wouldn't have the ladder truck today. The mayor would be struggling with the city council to find that funding. So, very appreciative. Appreciative to the mayor, the city councils that are here. Also to the members of the fire department, because as soon as the cameras are gone, we're going to know that this will be working daily, probably half a dozen, 10 runs a day, assisting the public. For the next 15, 20 years, this truck will be used. So, very appreciative. Thank you.
Well, let me thank the mayor, the city council, the chief, all the members of this department, especially those who helped write this grant. Thank you very much. This is an incredible...
Wendy, our grant writer, for putting this all together for us. Thank you.
Come on over, Wendy.
No, Wendy.
This is beautiful. And just a couple of things people ought to know here, and the reason why I really like coming to announcements like this whole program, this federal program about assisting fire departments, really came about in the aftermath of that terrible fire we had in Worcester, and then because there were grants to support police departments, but there weren't grants to support fire departments, and in any event, this grant here was for $850,000. It was the largest grant awarded in all of New England, and also these grants for fire trucks are incredibly competitive. In all of New England, there were only 10 vehicle grants awarded, and you were one of them. So that's a testament to the way the grant was put together, but also, I mean, there's a real need here. And this is about protecting people in this community. I always tell people, you're our first responders, and we all talk about Homeland Security, but Homeland Security really means hometown security, and that's what you're all about here. So I'm thrilled to be here to welcome this beautiful new truck to this department, and again, it's a great way to bring in the new year. So happy New Year and congratulations, Chief and members of this department.
Thank you.
Anybody here who's put this together so you can sort of explain to us the sort of long process of
Bill,
putting
come
this
on
together?
over. And Randy and Dave Como. Randy Puyot.
Yeah, come on up here.
Come on up.
I just think people would find it fascinating. You guys just do it because you do it, but I think it's pretty interesting to hear the whole kind of process and how this thing evolves.
Just briefly, as Deputy Reno led the committee with Dave Como, our master mechanic, and Randy Puyot, who's got a background as a mechanic. And this is Bill O'Connor, who's our sales rep, helped us with the specs and everything. These guys did a fabulous job. I know they don't like the limelight and everything, but the truck is the way it is because of them. A lot of hours and painful moments of going through everything. They've inspected it 2 or 3 times thoroughly. We're gonna have a good truck. If you'd like to say a word, either one of you, or
Sure. I appreciate the order from the City of Leominster. On behalf of Minuteman Fire and Rescue, we strive very hard to serve our customers with a quality piece of apparatus with one goal in mind, and that is to get the firemen home safely after each and every call. I take that very personal as a firefighter myself, and the hours of work that the committee put in back and forth to make this piece what it is today, to serve this community, I lost count somewhere around 1,000. So the work that they did was tremendous, and they put a lot of thought and they put a lot of passion into what they did to make sure that this apparatus was ready to come fight fire and serve the community here in Leominster.
So I agree, there was a lot of hours we put into this, a lot of time taking the spec and reading it, and then coming with this product. I mean, we did have a template right here, which everybody liked, and we kept staring at it and saying, what can we do to make it better? And we did. Some great ideas, especially from the chief, some new ideas on this truck to make it better. And we're really, really happy with what came out of this truck.
What are some of the newer things that you were able to do in here to kind of modify it between that one and this one?
Well, the compartments, when you go in these compartments, we had areas that we had trouble accessing on this truck that we found over the years. And, you know, between talking and from the chief, we come up with ideas of making cabinets on top that we can get and make them adjustable. The biggest thing is that gun on the side, which is unusual on a ladder truck today. The old days, they used to have them mounted on the side of the truck. And that's very unusual today. And when we were in Wisconsin, everybody remarked about that. Being a very useful device that can be used very quickly. We can put a line into it, it will knock down a fire very quickly, because this is always in the front of the building. Right. So we're really kind of happy about that.
So would the gun go up with it, or so you're saying
No,
as soon as you get there, you can stop pouring water on it right away?
There's a gun right here that we go up on the ladder to go.
So as soon as you pull up, you can start pouring
We
water.
can put water on the house.
You didn't have that ability before.
Not with the ladder truck.
And this truck also is our rescue truck because of the car accidents. And this truck's going to have all the latest battery-operated Hurst hydraulic power tools. And that was a separate appropriation from the mayor and the city council that I'd like to thank too. We've been using them on the old truck, and the time it saves, and there's no noise, and we get the patients out of the cars much, much quicker and easily. That's a big upgrade on this truck, is we're going to have a full complement of those tools. Yep.
Are they 20 volt? What do they use today?
They're
100 power?
18.
They look like a DeWalt battery.
Yeah.
They're much bigger capacity.
Amazing.
And the other thing we did was we did LED lighting. So we didn't need a big, huge generator that this truck had to power the lighting, the scene lighting and stuff like that. And they only turn some of the lights on. If you saw this thing at night, it's like daylight. It's actually blinding.
I'm glad you guys are good at measuring, because 1 inch higher than the headline would have been, fire truck doesn't fit at the station.
That was all in the plans too.
We had that happen to us.
That's what engineers are for.
And then the last thing is, one thing that you can guarantee is that every piece of equipment is cared for, regardless of how old or new it is. They really take good care of what we have. So this truck will be around for a long time.
Oh yeah.
If it came a couple days early, it was much cleaner, but unfortunately we had a little bit of a storm here. So
Yeah, and they're planning on doing the driver training mid-January, so hopefully by the end of January, the truck will be in service.